Welcome back to Frederick Advice Givers, episode 177. I am Eric Verdi, and joining us this week is Alex Uphold, the HBIC up at State Farm Insurance in Thurmont. She is a bubbly personality. She's been running this office, this branch, since 2015, right?
Yep.
And with State Farm for 13 years.
Yeah.
And we'll find out about her journey to owning a branch and becoming the HBIC up here during the interview. But Alex, before we get into what you do, tell us who you are, your backstory. What do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Frederick. So I was born at Frederick Memorial Hospital, raised in Frederick County. I went to TJ High School. I grew up, I've been with State Farm for 13 years, so basically I was born there, and here I am. I have a husband and two little girls. Ava is 4 and Kaylee is 11.
Okay.
Yeah, and here I am in Thurmont.
And you're in Thurmont. Now you live in Thurmont.
Now I live in Thurmont, yeah.
Awesome.
I live in Thurmont. My husband's from Oakland, Maryland.
Okay.
Deep Creek Lake area.
Creek Lake.
Yeah. So he really loved the small town feel, didn't really want to get away from that. Frederick is, to him, big city.
Right.
So we're up here and love
Although
it
he works for the Metro.
He does.
So that's kind of the
big city. He drives like to the big city every day, but to settle and live, we love it up here. Yeah.
Awesome. So was State Farm your first job out of high school?
No.
Okay.
I worked at a bank, actually, in Thurmont. I worked at a bank up here, and then I moved over. One of my friends got a job at State Farm, and I thought, I'm going to go do it a little bit for a little while. I'm just going to pass through.
Right.
And here we are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So kids 11 and 4.
Yeah.
And are you finally getting your life back? Because I know when my youngest was about 3, we could, my wife and I could actually go out, or we didn't have to hover 24/7. So you and your husband finally getting your life back?
Finally. I think so. Yeah, finally. So Ava's at that age where I'm not afraid to leave her with anybody.
Right.
We have an awesome babysitter we found in town. So I trust her with my life and their life. So it's so much easier to go out and have fun now. So we do that.
Awesome. So do you live up in the mountains up here, or are you in a neighborhood?
By Food Lion,
Okay.
the neighborhood.
Yep. Awesome. And Rocky's Pizza's still there?
So good.
Awesome. So I used to we're in the downtown Thurmont.
Yep.
About a half a mile that way at the
Really?
NVR building, NVR Ryan Homes.
Yeah.
So Rocky's was
You
always
were like building stuff?
No. I was our accountant.
Okay,
No,
okay.
That was actually my first job out of college, which was 21 years ago now.
Oh my God. It's a great company.
It's a very good
Yeah,
company.
really good.
I didn't like sitting behind a desk all day.
Yeah.
I enjoy getting out and meeting people, but
Yeah.
that was my first job. So Rocky's
That's
has
cool.
the best steak and cheese ever,
Yep.
don't they?
Yep.
Love Rocky's.
Fratelli's is good too. Have to give them love as well.
So they
But,
weren't here when I was up here.
Yeah, they're good too.
Awesome. So we're going to have fun this interview. You're a fun, loving, bubbly person, I can tell. We've got people working in the back here, which is awesome. So she's not a prop back there. She's actually working.
So you better be working.
So Alex. So take this back on a personal level.
Okay.
What's the last purchase that you splurged on for yourself or your family?
Hold on.
Nice.
Courtesy of Woman to Woman Mentoring Clutch the Future purse auction in Frederick. That was my big
So that was
purchase.
like 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
And that
Yeah.
looked like an awesome event.
So fun. So I've worked kind of behind the scenes every year for like 5 or 6 years now with the fashion show, setup, committees. This was the first year I actually was just an attendee.
Right.
And just had fun.
Awesome. Yeah. So Tanya came and presented at one of the Impact Clubs.
Oh yeah.
And they do a
Yeah,
phenomenal
I was
job.
there.
Were you at that
Yeah,
one?
I was there,
Awesome,
yeah.
Awesome. So tell us about when we walked in, and I'm sure we'll get this on the B-roll. You've got your 12 months of nonprofits.
Yep.
So what does that entail?
Okay, so it's a program called Quotes for Good.
Okay.
So it's kind of a national program that we were allowed to adopt if we wanted to. So we chose a nonprofit for each month, and we have like a little flyer that goes out. Anybody that gives us their information to quote their business, new business, we will donate $10 per one to the nonprofit for that month.
Awesome.
So yeah, just a cool way to get to know people, referrals, new business, things like that, but also give back to all the different nonprofits.
Awesome, even if they write or not?
Yep, even if they write or not. Yeah, if we quote you and life insurance, auto insurance, whatever, is the only caveat is you're not a State Farm customer because I'm not in the business of taking business from other agents.
Right.
But if you're new to State Farm, then yeah, you'll get.
And I see this month when we roll out, it's I Believe in Me.
Yeah, April will be I Believe. Yep. So I'll be getting a hold of him soon, and we'll get that going. And yeah,
Awesome.
It's been really cool.
We had him on here about 10 episodes ago.
Oh, cool.
Great guy. I've known Buck is what I call him. You have to call him Buck.
Oh, okay. I
Call
will.
him Buck, yeah.
I will. Be like, hey, Buck.
So I've known him since he was probably 6, 7, 8 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, his dad coached me in basketball.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm excited to meet him. And I get to meet everybody.
Yeah,
like they're all new people to me, so it's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So does every State Farm branch, office, or however we're described, do they have their own nonprofits, or is that?
If they choose to do the Quotes for Good program, they pick the nonprofit. So
Okay, so I Believe in Me is not all of
No.
the State Farms in Frederick County this
Nope,
month?
just me.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Alex, what hobby or interest could you spend hours doing?
Maybe not hours, so I'm back in the gym now. I
Good
go
for
to
you.
Soldier Fit. I'm like 70
Danny.
pounds
Hello,
down.
Danny Farrar.
Danny. Hey, Danny. Yeah, I've lost,
You lost 70 pounds?
Yeah.
Good for you. Congratulations.
So I also love to be on the boat. And I think this year it's going to be like so much more fun because I feel more active. I feel better. Like we go to Deep Creek and I just love to be on the boat. So
Is your husband's family still there?
Yeah, they're all there.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
So what else? I mean, 70 pounds is not a little amount.
No.
So what did
I
you
got
do?
a long way to go though.
You changed what? You're obviously working out.
I'm the keto queen.
Okay. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Self-proclaimed.
Awesome.
So I adopted that. It works for me. It may
So
not
tell
work.
me, okay.
What?
Well, let's go off on a tangent here. So tell me more about
Fine.
that. I see that. I kind of have an idea. Tell us more about the keto diet.
So it's the ketogenic diet. Basically, you increase your fat. So you eat, like, fat is your highest macro. Moderate protein, very low carbs. Like
So
under
what's
20 grams.
What's a typical week look like for you?
Well, maybe we'll break it down into a day.
Okay, what's a typical day look like?
So every morning.
Well, I want a variety. So give me 2 days. Can you give me 2 days?
Well, I'm real like I eat the same thing. I
Okay.
literally eat the same thing. It's the only way I can do it. Well, okay, I'll give you 2 days. And I eat out a lot, which is kind of funny. People don't know that. Like I've lost a ton of weight. I eat out all the time because I don't have time. In the morning, I actually take like a collagen supplement. I take ketones.
Okay.
Drink them down.
What are ketones?
So it basically floods your body with ketones so that you go into ketosis, which is
Is it something I add to the water? Or is
yeah,
it
it's like a
something-
powder.
Okay. Okay, you gotta help me.
put
I'm not
them in the
that
thing.
smart. I don't know what you gotta explain it to me.
You put them in, and then you shake it up, and then you drink it down. That's all I
Okay.
do. It has caffeine in it too, so it gets me going. I take a multivitamin. Then like breakfast is eggs. I eat bacon all the time. Lunch I'll do like a salad or something, or I'll eat just meat.
Okay.
You can eat cheese. You can eat as much cheese as you want. I cut back on that sometimes, just because that will kind of stall you here and there, and then I'll stop and then I'll start. You can have dairy. You can have real cream, everything. So it's very high fat.
Okay.
And then at dinner, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I post recipes and stuff, and it's always some like elaborate thing. I make pizza out of cream cheese and almond flour.
Okay.
Sounds weird, but it's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you work for State Farm,
I do.
but each office basically runs their own book of business. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So in essence, you are a small business owner. You are an entrepreneur. If you're not getting the calls, you're not getting new clients, you're not getting repeat clients, you're not going to stay in business, correct?
Right.
So what is that drive inside of you as an entrepreneur that keeps you going?
So I really thought about this. You told me not to think about the questions. My team. Like business-wise, it's my team.
Okay.
And this will go into some of the other things that we talk about. I take pride in my team. Like, and you saw when we came in, we're carrying on, we're laughing. It takes me a long time to pick my team. But they literally, like, I love coming here every day. I love hanging out with them. I love working with them. I love doing, we work really hard, but we have a ton of fun. And putting together that team and then actually working with them, it gets me going. I guess on a personal note, I know I'm here for a reason. I know that I've got something to offer, but I think I'm still looking for it right now. But I get up knowing that. I get up knowing that I'm impacting people. I'm making a difference in people's lives, whether it's here, whether it's with my Keto Queen stuff,
Right.
anything like that. I mean, I have a lot of people that follow me and look up to me, but I'm still trying to find like that exact reason why I'm here, but that actually gets me up because I will figure it out.
Awesome. So, I've got ADD, so I'm looking at your books up
What
here.
the hell you
I'm looking at your books up here. So
I'm right here.
I know you're right there. I'm looking up here. So have you read The Compound Effect and also
Yes.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked that one.
I just got it like last week. I
I
haven't
like
read
that
yet.
one. It's very like straightforward to the point, and kind of walks you through that. It's one of the ones I want to read again too. But I do like to read when I can.
Right.
When I can.
Awesome.
But yeah, I got a lot of books.
So you've owned your own book of business since 2015. You've done phenomenally well.
I mean, all right.
I think you've done pretty good. I follow you. I keep up with you. So I think you've done pretty well.
Well,
for
thank
yourself.
you. Thank you.
What advice and or shortcut would you give somebody just starting out as an entrepreneur? It can be in insurance or it can be an entrepreneur in general.
Get a mentor. 100% get a mentor. Whether that is someone in your field, out of your field, same type of thing, whatever. Pick someone who you want to be like one day. Pick that person that has the drive, that has actually accomplished something. Go out of your comfort zone. Reach out to someone that you don't know and ask them to mentor you is huge.
I agree. It's much easier to have, and it's got to be somebody you trust too.
100%.
Because there's aspects of business you're going to ask them about, but there's also aspects of life that kind of tie. If I make this change in my business, how is this going to affect my life?
Oh yeah.
And having somebody that you trust, that is going to give you advice that they've been through, and that's going to be advice that's well thought out for you is huge.
Right.
So do you want to name that mentor or not?
I have several of them.
Okay,
One of my
good.
biggest ones, she was actually a State Farm employee. Now she's branched out on her own coaching business. Debbie Neely is
Okay.
one. And Joanne Auger, she no longer lives here, but she was a huge, they both together were like my coaches
Okay.
and work moms
Awesome.
and life advice.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
So Alex, on the flip side, what is something that you either tried as a business owner and didn't work out, or something that maybe one of your mentors or somebody else in the field said, hey, if you try this, this will happen, and that didn't happen? So
Right.
what is something that you've tried that didn't work out like you thought it would?
I mean, there's been a ton of things.
Right.
There's been a ton of things. So the biggest thing is, we have these agents. We have some agents in different markets that do these certain things to build their business. But not every agency is the same. Not every business is the same. I'm in a different part. I'm not in Baltimore. So basically we have agents that are just killing it, knocking it out of the park, doing maybe more of an internet lead based business, less referrals, things like that. You try it because you're like, I want to do that. I want to build my business. I want to build it fast. I want to, let's go. But what you find is that if your market doesn't match theirs, like Thermont is different than a lot of, even different than Frederick. I'm the only one up here, and there's an agent in Emmitsburg. We're not going to operate the same, but I've made a lot of mistakes trying to kind of copy processes from people that I'm not in their same market.
Right.
But, we're starting to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, being in business for 17 years myself, and what I do in day to day, which
Right.
is real estate, there's people across the country that do what you're talking about that doesn't seem to work. Either one, for your personality. So
Right.
that's you got to kind of find your niche of what your
Yeah.
personality is. And mine is more relationship than the cold call, the lead gen, the stuff like that.
Yep.
Although everything can work, it really has to fit your personality and your market. Because Frederick is a much different market than New York City or
Definitely.
LA or whatever. And
Yeah.
Thermont's even a different market from Frederick. So cool. So tell us about before we go into the next question, I want to kind of delve deeper into your business here, your
Okay.
specific business. So I walked in, you have, and you might have more people that aren't here today, but you have 4 employees here,
that's
here
it.
today. Okay. So are they all licensed agents? Are they allowed to give quotes? Like tell me your business structure.
Okay, so Candy's in the front. She's
Okay.
like my service manager. Actually, she runs the whole place.
Okay.
It's all on her. She's my rock star. And so Candy is the first person you see. She greets people. She does a lot of our service stuff, any issues, certificates, stuff like that. So Joy does, she's fully licensed, auto, fire, life, and health. She does a lot of the selling with me. Emily and Scotty are semi-new,
Okay.
and they're on the road to getting licensed, but right now they're basically like marketers.
Okay.
So they help me with marketing, making calls, keeping all of our systems together and all that. So right now that's what they're doing. They pick up the phone, they can take payments, all that stuff.
Okay.
So I have like a sales service kind of split.
Okay. So in my office, I have an assistant.
Okay.
And in many real estate offices, they have assistants, and there's licensed and non-licensed.
Okay.
So as a licensed assistant, you can show houses, you can go to home inspections, you can answer pricing, property questions.
Yep.
Is that the same here? Like the
It's the same.
licensed people can't give quotes?
Yep, it's more restricted. They can't.
right.
They can collect information, but it kind of ends there.
Cool.
And then they pass it off to us. But when they get licensed, they'll be able to do everything that Joy
Right.
and I and Candy can do. Candy's fully licensed too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, so in the last 3 years, what's that choice you've made that's led you to where you are today?
I made a ton of bad calls. I think spending a whole bunch of money up front was a bad choice. So I wanted the extravagant grand opening. I wanted 1 million internet leads. I wanted, I kind of skimped on like, these are not top quality desks, but they were expensive. Like
Right.
stuff that doesn't matter. What matters is my people. I wish I would have waited to spend money to kind of get my boots on the ground, figure out what I'm doing. But I spent a lot of money way too fast.
All right.
So then you try to dig out of that as fast as you can. But that would be a big mistake that I made. So that now I'm way more careful. I think about it more. And I ask myself, will it really fit? Is that actually going to propel me forward? Or am I just spending money?
And how long have you been in this location? Have you been here your entire time?
No,
Your
the
entire
end of
4 years?
26. No. So the agent before me unfortunately passed away. He was an amazing man. I was in his office for a year.
Okay.
For a year. And then I moved over here. This is brand new. I had it built out the way that I wanted it. But yeah, we had a great run over there. He had a beautiful place. But it sold. So with that, you have some changes. But
Right.
yeah. So we've been over here since 2016.
Awesome. So Alex, I have sat across the microphone from 176 other entrepreneurs, business owners, thought leaders. I learn and enjoy meeting people and asking questions. I learn by asking questions. So I
Okay.
want to flip the script here
Okay.
and have you ask me a question. Now, preface that with, this is the first time we've met face to face.
I know.
Right? Well, we might have met at the Impact Club, but this is the first time we've actually met and had a
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah,
face to face. Although we have mutual friends and are friends on Facebook. So ask me a question. Anything. Personal, business, life. Not the meaning of life, because I don't know that.
Well, there goes my question. What do you like to do for fun? Like, I know you do the real
Oh, great.
estate thing,
That's
all
great.
that kind of stuff. What do you like to do for fun?
So I do fantasy football or baseball.
I didn't know where that was going.
Fantasy football or baseball. Okay, that's
Okay.
That kind of keeps my mind off of, and I can do that. I've got a buddy Perm. His name's Perm. We went to high.
So we got a perm and wait, what was the other name? Buck.
Buck.
Okay.
Yeah, Buck's Ajay. So you gotta remember Buck. So everybody with me in my office has a nickname. We have Rock, we have Sumart, we have Hashy, we have Sass. So
Sass.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Stacy Allgood Smith. So it's Sass.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
So Perm, who I grew up with, went to college with, we co-manage fantasy football and fantasy baseball team together.
Oh my
Basically,
gosh.
it's just an excuse for us to talk
Yeah.
every day. So we'll have 50 texts going back and forth. So we pick up this guy, get that guy to do that. So it's just a way for us to communicate, which is kind of nice because running a business or multiple businesses, you're always thinking about
Yeah.
something else. So that's what I do for fun.
Do you like play for money? Is there like an all-in type deal?
No, it's. I mean, a couple of the leagues are very minimal.
Yeah.
But it's not about the money. It's more about the.
Super fun.
Yeah, and we've won.
And you like pick your teams and stuff.
Right, and
That's
you have
cool.
to draft players. Like our draft, this will have already aired, but our draft is this week for fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
And we've got like a salary cap and.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm excited because I actually get. So that night we get to hang out and have.
Yep.
I have the beer and we have wings and we get to hang out.
That's awesome.
So that's what it's about. Is,
Yeah.
There's micro relationships.
Having fun.
It's a good question. I like that. So back to from that to this. What failure or loss has helped mold you into the person that you are today?
Like I said, I fail a lot. I think this isn't the first opportunity that I went for. So at State Farm, you have to interview to be chosen as an agent, basically. And there's a huge pool of candidates. Everybody wants where they want to go. This was like the most devastating thing professionally. I didn't get my first opportunity. I prepared, I got ready for the interview, but we were talking about Elisa. I didn't know I wasn't ready at that point, so I had a lot of learning to do, but she knew I wasn't ready at that point. So, that was huge. That was the point where I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm walking away from State Farm. You think about like, how dare them not pick me, but I had a lot of growing up to do. But that was a huge failure professionally where I didn't get it and they told me no. But, then I think it was maybe a couple months, 6 months later, I got a phone call that this opportunity was coming up.
Right.
And even then I said, I need to think about it. I don't know. But I knew that I needed to go for it. I needed to go after it. So basically went back to the drawing board, got ready. I had to get my finances in check. I had to make sure that I just went full steam ahead. But that was devastation when I didn't get it, because I put all my eggs into the basket of,
right.
I wanted the opportunity. It was actually in Frederick. But, hindsight is 20/20. I'm here in Thurmont, and I could not be happier. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
When you live here.
And I live here.
I
moved here.
You moved here.
Yeah,
you didn't move here until 2015?
No, I was living in Frederick.
Oh, okay.
I bought a house here.
Wow. Talk about going all in.
I know. So I knew that this is the best opportunity for me, but I didn't know when I was told no. And I didn't know that when I didn't get that opportunity, and I thought, it was the end of my life.
Right.
It wasn't. It was actually, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for everything. And it, propelled me to exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Beautiful. So Alex, then follow up. This is a great follow-up question to that. Where do you see yourself in 3 years and then in 10 years?
In 3 years, hopefully running 2 successful businesses. So this State Farm agency, like I said before, I don't really know where this whole keto queen thing, I joke about it, but I actually I love coaching people. I love it. And I was telling you, I pour those ketones in a cup every day. I actually sell them, and I don't do too bad doing it. But building those 2 completely separate businesses, but 2 things that make me really, really happy. So 3 years being successful in that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then 10 years?
You're going to laugh at me, but I literally see myself on a stage, TED Talk, motivation from where I've been. I know that's where I'm going to be. I don't know why, but we'll get there. But I see myself on a stage, not show dancing or anything.
No, I get it. No, I mean like a motivational speaker or coach type of thing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I can absolutely see that.
Well, thanks.
All right, so how would our listeners, viewers, if they're... All right, so, okay, one more question.
Well, now you're throwing me off.
I'm sorry. This is not off script.
Oh, okay, here we go.
So you've got your 12 months and you quote a policy of giving back.
Yeah.
When would be a good time for somebody to get a policy quote? What are the pivotal moments maybe in their life? There's
a lot of things. When you're first starting out, you're buying a car.
Okay, car.
car, buying a house,
House.
renting a house.
So renter's insurance. If you're
Yep.
renting a house, you should have insurance.
100%,
too.
yep.
Walls in. Is that how
Yep.
that works? Okay.
Yeah. A big one that I've figured out
Mm-hmm.
by doing this job, when someone dies, when someone passes away, unfortunately, that's when people start thinking about life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should start thinking about that now, even as we've got policies that even can build cash value and really help you. But that's a huge life event where people are like, oh my, I wasn't prepared.
Right.
I didn't get a policy, or my husband didn't have a policy, and then you're left with complete devastation. So that's a huge life event too.
Okay.
But I hope to get people before then,
Right.
so that we're ready, because anything can happen.
Right. Now, I always, when people are buying a house, ask who their insurance is with and if they're happy.
Yeah.
And that's always, the first thing. But is it true that if you bundle like your auto and your house, that you get a more favorable rate?
Yeah, a multi-line discount.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay.
That's a thing.
So it's good to bundle those two or three together.
It's
Right.
good to do that, and it's
And then
good.
what about when people get married? Do they combine insurance?
They do. They combine. So if husband's here and wife is here, they'll come together. Rings need insured. Your big purchases need insured. But usually after the ring comes a house and all
Right.
that. So, I also do retirement stuff, mutual funds. I have my Series 6 and 63. So
Okay.
we do a little bit more than just the insurance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so how would our listeners, viewers, find you, get a hold of you, reach out to you, get a quote from you?
Sure. So I'm my web address is alexuphold.com. I'm on Facebook, Alex Uphold /State Farm Agent. I've got my personal Facebook page, and my Instagram is I'm Keto Queen.
And phone number?
301-271-3113 is the phone number here. I almost gave my cell phone out to everybody.
I don't know if you want that.
I know.
So listeners, viewers, I hope you enjoyed Alex's interview as much as I did. That's episode 177 of Frederick and Vice Givers, and we are out.